Hey everyone, and happy Friday. Um, Wanted to do a video that I've been thinking about for pretty much the last several months now, and it's really come about from a number of private messages I've gotten from people. My background has, been working in industry where operational effectiveness has really been the overall uh, goal for me, and waste elimination, cost reduction, efficiency improvement. In fact, it sounds a lot like DOGE, doesn't it? So that's what people were tending to ask me about. What were my thoughts on DOGE? And I wanted to give it some time, and before jump into any conclusions. But I can tell you that really early on, I wasn't too optimistic about what the outcome was going to be, and I'll give you the reasons why. The reasons are really twofold. The first is, hey, look, we're talking about government. Government has no real incentive to get more efficient. Government wants to grow. It's like this. It's like this plant or this beast that it needs to consume and bring more people into the fold in order to get more powerful, more and more powerful. So the bigger government gets, the less power people have, the less power that private industry has, and the more influence the people at the top of the government positions actually have. So there's not a whole lot of incentive to make that process more efficient. So that's one thing. The second thing about the way DOGE was set up was, from a very early kind of look at it, you could tell that it was going to be focused primarily on waste identification. And listen, frankly, that's easy. It's easy to go in. It's always been easy for me to go into a company and identify sources of waste. I mean, those for a person who's looking for them jump out pretty readily. What's much more difficult is trying to put in new processes that either keep the same level of process effectiveness or hopefully greatly enhance the level of process effectiveness while reducing all of that other fluff and waste that's been built into it. That's where the real hard work is. And it just didn't seem like there was going to be resources put to DOGE that was going to, that was really going to look at addressing the process inefficiency issues. So without that, and again, I don't think those people exist necessarily in government. Why would they? They would just be frustrated and they go off to private industry after, beating their head against the wall enough times anyway. So those were the two main reasons. Now, I will tell you, I had a conversation with a friend of mine just a few weeks back, and I said, I think one of the smartest people in the Republican Party is probably Vivek Ramaswamy. Several reasons. He's one, he's just a smart guy. Another reason, he knew better than to challenge or try to take on Trump, because he would have just been eviscerated like all other people who try to challenge Trump on anything are. And but finally, I think he recognized the fact that, hey, look, the way DOGE was going about things, and especially with Elon Musk at the helm alongside of him, that it was not going to ultimately lead to government efficiency improvement. And I think he just realized that it stood a very low probability of actually being successful. So he got out. I don't blame him. He went to Ohio, and he's kind of off the radar screen right now, doing things that probably are better for the state than he could have done at a national level anyway. He'd have been associated with a failed program if he'd stayed with DOGE. And we know we're going to see him again in the future. So, kudos to Vivek for recognizing that very early on. So I guess where the real rubber meets the road will be when the new budget comes out. So we'll see. If it's showing a reduction, then maybe DOGE had an impact. But I suspect it's going to be an inflated budget next year, just like it's been for the past 25 years.